Yes, Blues! I'm back. Big neck. Bit of a different camera angle. Now then, I got a couple things to say, on the streaming and whatnot. Okay, and how stuff's gonna work. Okay, obviously I put that post out, just giving a little update and whatnot. Big up to Tal Heath putting his whole predicted 11 in the chat. We're gonna read that out because that is great. But gonna give you a little bit of an update here. Now, first of all, I want to say officially that the setup that basically lasted the duration of the 24-25 season is gone. At the moment, we're burning through a setup a season at the moment. Before it's just a green screen, then it was a full room. Next one is still going to be full room. It'll be a bit smaller, but who's bothered? Not me. Ultimately, I'm still going to have a place to stream and my own little decker to go with it. So I'm quite happy with that, and I hope you guys are too. But ultimately, big up to everyone who's tuning in. It's good to be back. And hopefully we can get almost daily streams coming on. My starting 11 for tomorrow. Oh yeah, that's what Hal Seifers put. This is City Shorts. Yes, how are you doing? I hope you're doing better, mate. In truth, I'm not doing super great. Okay, I'll be transparent. I'm not doing the greatest, but I'm not gonna let that bring down the streams. Okay, this is the time where I do get to feel a little better. I like to talk about City, especially when we're actually playing good football. Blues, 5-1 win against Burnley. I have been tracking the games despite not streaming them. But ultimately, here we go. Predicted 11. Good old classic style. I meant to message you, hope you're okay on Saturday, but TBH, because of the game, it went out of my head. Sorry, no problem, this is say. Big ups to you. And so let's quickly go through Tal Heath's starting 11 of what he wants to see tomorrow. Starting with Donnarumma. I don't know why, but these in this seems to be weird little ghost faces. I don't know why. But starting with Donnarumma, no complaints here. A right back of Nunes, a back line of Diaz, Vardiol, O'Reilly, and Nunes on right back, like I've mentioned, which I'm fine with. That sounds pretty good, to be honest. Don't think anyone's got any complaints. Double pivot, it seems, of Nico G and Reinders, Bernardo, Foden the cam, creating an attacking three, and Haaland up top. Do you think Man City are back on form? I definitely think we are doing a lot better. And hopefully tomorrow can follow suit. This is City Royal Red channel got terminated. He even created a new channel just ready to get terminated again. Blink Connect. Connect Doku has exploded. I'm Doku FC now. It's crazy, man. Blue Friday show a couple of weeks ago, we were all basically saying that Doku's a bit of an average winger. He's not doing so great. But Blinking Heck, what's happened? He must have watched our stream, boys, and must have been like, I can't have these clowns dissing me. They're dissing my YouTube channel. And now he's cooking. And so, you know what? We are going to have a look at transfer market, Jeremy Doku, just to actually have a good look at those stats. Because before the international break, this guy was playing so bad. I did not want to see him anywhere near the team. Did not want to see him one bit. But I've got to say, boys, he's not doing so bad now. He's literally found end product overnight. I know, it's incredible, isn't it? And don't forget what you said about Jared. I apologize now. Hey man, he keeps this up. He gets a full apology from me. He gets a full apology from me if he keeps this up. Not yet, because it's only been a few games. This can easily be written off as a purple patch. Literally been the best winger in the world this season. No one can disagree. Genuinely can't name a better winger. 25-26. To be fair, in fairness, I could easily say you're a bit of a clown for that. Okay, I could, wouldn't make me right. But I've got to say, boys, he's on 4 GA in 7 games. And you compare that to Yamal. Shall we pull up the Yamal real quick? I do know Yamal's got like a couple more, in fairness. I'm not going to lie. You compare that to Yamal, to be fair, less games, okay? Less minutes, sure. The minutes, yeah. Minutes he's about 1.5 games under. But he's only two off. Have I watched any games, mate? Couldn't watch the Napoli game because of the situation at the moment. Did watch Huddersfield, of course. Did watch the bulk of Arsenal. Got cut off though. Didn't get to watch Burnley. Sigma Martinelli clears Doku. Ain't no way. What do you think of my team? I think it's pretty solid. If I ain't got too much to say on it, but I will throw in a couple names because that's what I like to do. But yeah, I haven't been able to watch the last couple properly. If I'm honest with you, I was joking about it. Yeah, I know. Don't worry. Yeah, but in fairness to Jeremy Doku, you take out these first 3 games where he was playing bad. He is on form, looking absolutely fire, isn't he? He's absolutely cooking on gas. Great goal against Napoli. Great assists against Man United. A great assist versus Burnley. You know, I've watched the highlights and whatnot. Okay, I know what's what. Just hope the situation gets better. Is it something that can over time? I hope it is. It can over time. It's a whole situation that should have ended a while ago. Okay, if I'm honest. Okay, I'm gonna keep it brief. Okay, but I'm tired of being completely quiet on it. Stuff has been going on since July. And it's just been up and down. It could have ended in July, but certain things have just kept it going. You know, I know multiple people involved that have just been like, yeah, it should have ended yonks ago. And we all wanted it to then too, but this has just been, sadly, the way it's gone. He has his head up and has a huge connection with Haaland. I mean, yeah, to be fair, okay, do you remember when we heard that him and Haaland are like working on like a special communication just between them two? To be fair, I think that happened during the international break too. It's cooking. When will Omar Marmoush and Ryan Aït-Nouri return? We're not actually entirely sure. We will have a look at Marmoush now, because it might give us some sort of idea. He's expected to return apparently on the 3rd of the 10th. So in a few days, hopefully he comes back to training. Yes, that tweet was definitely accurate. Yeah, I know. I remember reading that and I was like, oh, come on, boys. Yeah, that better cook if you're working on special communication. Yeah, no, I entirely agree with you. This is it. I entirely agree with you. Nico O'Reilly continues to impress. Back end of last season, we all know how good he was last season. Back end of last season, though, there were a couple of little question marks. Okay, felt like he was getting a little bit found out. Okay, there was a little worry. Okay, and that's why we were all so happy to sign a left back. Really. Okay, it also meant that O'Reilly could slip into midfield. But I've got to say, boys, this season he's looked even stronger. He has done so good. Madueke barely got a look in. You know. He hardly got a look in. He's been so strong, so brilliantly minded. You know, he's so sensible. Fun fact, says he have lost 1 game with O'Reilly at left back. Yeah, like, don't get me wrong. I like Aït-Nouri, okay, but this is what is so great, okay? We can like Aït-Nouri and O'Reilly, okay? We now have competition for a top place in the squad. Okay, I'm sorry, this happens in football, okay? It should have happened. Do you remember when Haaland got injured? Marmoush came in, okay, and then we did pretty good. Haaland came straight back into the team, and I believe we lost a game or something like that. Okay? You should, once a system is working, okay, until someone messes up in that system, keep it going. You know, it's why I was so happy Pep started 3-11s in a row. Speaking of the one man I was so disappointed to see this guy get injured. It is such a shame. Although apparently he's not going to be out long. Apparently he was only going to be missing 3 games from his injury. So 3 games from his injury. He got injured against Arsenal, which means he was missing Burnley, Huddersfield, and Monaco. Hopefully he comes back by the time Brentford knocks around, which I believe is our next Premier League game. I like Ryan Aitnari, to be fair. Don't remind me about the FA Cup final. Marmoush has to work for his position, so I get good on the right because Doku for now has locked it down. No one is getting Doku out of the team right now. Nah, absolutely not, especially if he continues cooking. The one position I think is up to be taken is right wing. We'll see who snaps a chance. I mean, yeah, there's good shouts for Cherki. Cherki can play off the right. He's done it before. Because I don't think Cherki's getting a look into the cam role as of now. And that's like him and Phil interchange, which is a possibility. That wouldn't surprise me. Like on paper, Cherki starts on the right and Foden's at the cam, but then like as the game goes on, they'll like swap roles. You get me? Don't get me wrong, James Trafford, great goalkeeper, but come on, are we seriously comparing him to Donnarumma? No, yeah. I feel bad. Part of me feels bad for Trafford, okay, because he is being semi-overlooked. But the great thing is, have competition. That, in my opinion, yeah, if Donnarumma has an absolutely horrendous game, okay, think back to Edison against Feyenoord when he conceded like those awful 3 goals, okay, when he's just on awful form. If Donnarumma has a game like that, or has 2, okay, maybe give him an extra game to see if he can shake it off. Put Trafford back in the team. Trafford's a good goalkeeper. Having competition. Sorry, little bit in my throat. Having competition in your team is such a privilege. You know, it's what makes us so good. Players are hungry to play, all right, and they don't want to lose that position. You know. And it just makes people hungry again. The moment someone slips and someone else comes in, it then means, oh, wait, yeah, okay, this is my time now. I'm going to play my absolute best game and prove why I'm worth it. Okay, he does that, you know, then that spot is suddenly his. Competition is so good. Donnarumma's massive in person, though. I was behind the net on Saturday. He's genuinely giant. Yeah, it must have been a fun watch. Badge of a player. Sorry I couldn't care for Trafford's feelings and what is best for the club. Lots of people in the world are worse off than 50 grand a week. All our players have Donnarumma. I know everyone seems to be getting on fine with him. You know, he seems to be settling in so well. Trafford should be our next Kelleher. Yeah, like this is the thing. Yeah, having a James Trafford is so good. You know, having James Trafford is so good, okay? Because number one, Donnarumma gets injured, okay? Imagine like he picks up a big 2-month injury, okay? Would you want Ortega coming on, or would you want Trafford? Me personally, I'd want Trafford. Okay, imagine Donnarumma has an awful run of games. I want Trafford coming on, okay? We have this brilliant option now, okay? And Trafford can very well still become the number 1 down the line. He can very well still do that stuff. Who do you think will win the Premier League? I don't know yet, you know. I really don't know. Liverpool are obviously favourites. Okay, that's fine. You know, I don't mind being the underdogs. Liverpool obviously favourites, okay, but I don't trust their backline. Arsenal, I don't think have the know-how. I don't think they got the grit to do it. All these people who said Donnarumma would bring in nothing new to help the City team, he just makes our defenders relaxed and better being there. Connect Liverpool have been awful this season. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, there is a sus factor to them. Look at their first few games of the season, yeah, and they are having the wins they are getting. The wins they are getting, yeah, look how many of them have come in late. You know, I think their first 4 games of the season, all their winning goals came from after the 80th minute. Credit to them. You know, I'm not going to diss them for it, but it's not sustainable is what I'm saying. What made City champions back in the day, okay, multiple times, wasn't just your late winners, okay, because that's brilliant. Okay, it wasn't just your late winners, it was also killing games 4-0 by the 60th minute, and you can sub off your top players and give them a rest. Liverpool's back line, okay, can't be trusted. Don't get me wrong, Van Dijk's obviously brilliant, and as long as he's there, they've got a solid foundation. But they're so offensively minded, Liverpool. You know, Frimpong, very offensively minded. Kirkes hasn't really settled in yet. The moment Van Dijk gets injured, lads, Konate has injury problems. Joe Gomez, I don't think he's exactly like the fittest player ever. You know, the moment Van Dijk gets injured, it's looking awful for Liverpool, because I feel bad for him. ACL injury, 7 months out. That's rough for a player his age. I'm not going to celebrate that. Okay, but it makes Liverpool's backline incredibly vulnerable. Salah's falling off looks clueless, just like we predicted would soon happen. Yeah, he's not been brilliant so far. That hasn't really been cooking. I'm not going to say Liverpool are awful and that they're never this is going to be their drop off. Okay, I'm not going to say that. I think they're going to be right up there. But what I will say is that they're not this unbeatable team. Okay, with the money they spent, they are not like this incredible force of nature that is. They're not an immovable object, and they're not an unstoppable force. They can be beaten. Liverpool looked awful for now, but are not awful. That's what I'll say. Yeah, that's fair enough. Let's bounce back onto the predicted 11. Gotta say, Blues, I've enjoyed this so far. Starting with right back with no Kusanov, unless you want to sort of right back, a centre back at right back, it is Matheus Nunes. And you know what, I'm fine with it. Apparently, he had a very good game against Burnley. I say apparently, I'm pretty sure he got a goal and an assist. So. You know, no apparents needed there. The centre-back pairing is so crucial that this man plays. I can't emphasise it enough, you know. Josko Vardiol is such a crucial part. I agree with the back line, really, you know. I think you got it absolutely spot on earlier. The back line has to remain the same. They are cooking. You know, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. Okay, the only thing that should change it is an injury to the 11. Otherwise, like, we can't change it. Monaco, poor team. Recent results awful. Yeah, I did see something on that. We shall have a look. Now, in terms of league position, they're 4th, with 4 wins and 2 defeats. So a bit mixed match there. But if we have a look through here, Club Brugge absolutely smacked them up. Lorient smacked them up. Ansu Fati, their one goal was a 98th minute penalty, FYI. That was our one and only goal. Monaco smacked them up. They'll beat them. And yeah, overall, they don't look the greatest. Okay, Ansu Fati again, their one goal scorer in that. What he scored there? Ansu Fati 2. Ansu Fati doing pretty good for them, but other than him, it don't look so great. Salah will leave Liverpool in January for AFCON, so who will step up? They're probably going to look to Ekitike or something. Isak missed 2 big chances against Palace and playing a bit. Nicogino or Rodri, please. Yeah, absolutely not. Not playing Rodri in this one. I can agree with that. I can absolutely agree with that. We'll slot Haaland up top, and that's kind of like a tap in, if I'm honest. And I think your next tap in, other than the goalkeeper and the back line and Haaland, is probably Doku. I think we all want to keep seeing Foden because he's balling out. Reinders. We'll swap those two. You know, I will drop this to more of a 4-2-3-1 because I'm not too sure if Nico G can run it by himself for a full 90. And then right wing, who do we want? Liverpool fans are now saying Isaac was bad and didn't get service. Sorry, Liverpool fans. I thought he was better than Haaland and can create things from thin air like Haaland. I forgot about Hugo Ekitike and Federico Chiesa. But the thing is, Arsenal keeps benching Chiesa. Yeah, I mean, oh gosh, yeah. Gundo and Sane, please destroy Liverpool. Galatasaray versus Liverpool tonight. Hey, we'll see how they do. Galatasaray. Is it at where's it being played? Because if it's in Turkey, it's not the easiest game. Yeah, it's in Turkey. Whenever the game's in Turkey, it is a bit more difficult. Away from home games are just tougher anyway. You'd expect Liverpool to win, but hey, I'm on your boat, man. I don't want them to win. Go Gala. Yeah, I mean the thing with Isak, you know, Isak's obviously a brilliant striker, you know, but this is the thing. When you are playing for a big team, yeah, when you play for a big team, your chances do not come in the many. Because big teams, okay, when you're playing against, I don't know, a Burnley. Okay, let's go Burnley, for example. Bear in mind, Haaland scored his goals 90 plus minutes. Okay, I didn't watch the game, so I'm not entirely sure what was what. Maybe Haaland had 10 chances before that and missed them all. It was awful. Okay, but bear in mind from Isak that when you play against a top team, the team that isn't the top team is likely to sit back, like you have the ball, and just let you frustrate yourself trying to break down their team until you eventually give away the ball, and then they break on you. Okay, that's how it works. That's just how it happens. Okay, City have been victim to it many times. Arsenal will be as well, and so will Liverpool. Okay, it's only in the big teams, big games, where it's end-to-end, both teams are trying to control the game, trying to play their way, that chances come at both ends. That's the only time. Okay, and it's brilliant to watch. Okay, it can make really entertaining matches of football. Yeah, this is how stupid rivals are. Comparing Haaland and Alvarez, even though they played for the same team, and one can start a striker. Haaland has already ended the debate. Who will it be next? I've seen it's Alvarez was Haaland now for this season. Yeah, I mean, no offense to Alvarez, yeah. Love him. Absolutely love him. Loved his time at Man City. Didn't want him to leave. He wanted to leave. That's fair. But he really couldn't get a look in at striker because that's how incredible Haaland was. Haaland is an absolute joke of a striker. Okay, you know, I was about to say, oh, you might not know this, but you absolutely do because it was everywhere because of how mental it is. This was Haaland's worst start to a Premier League season that he's ever had, by the way. His worst start ever, and it was like 5 goals in 4 games. Any striker would kill to have that kind of record. Any striker. He's already on 10 G&A this season, Haaland, in the 7 matches he's played. He's on an absolutely incredible run. Haaland vs Marmoush, as soon as Marmoush comes back from injury. That, I ain't gonna lie. That ain't even gonna be a debate, man. Not if Marmoush ain't gonna get a look in at striker. He's barely going to get a look at left wing. He's really going to have to fight for that spot, man. And the moment he gets any time to come on and play, he's really going to have to hope he can cook. Who are we playing at right wing? Who do we play? Let's go back to this. Who do we play? Because we have options here. I don't really know how fit Shirky is, okay, but you have Ray and Shirky. Okay, who maybe is better to sub on later in this game. You have Oscar Bob. Oscar Bob, who I think we'd all love to see play to some extent. Okay, I love Oscar Bob. We have, of course, the experienced our captain, Bernardo Silva, who's done pretty well this season. Bernardo Silva. We've got multiple players who we can play. Shirky not travelled, then let's spin off Shirky then. Okay, Shirky's not an option. Or, okay, if you really want to go fruity, lads, I ain't gonna lie, it's not gonna happen. You play Phil on the right and you play Mukasa at the camp. That's not gonna happen though. So it's either Bernardo or Bob for you guys. I just played Bernardo, he didn't play last game anyway. Oh, there you go then, boys. Bernardo will do. I think that is a fair enough 11. Reinders, okay, he's going to be helping out in both the defense and the attack. He's going to give Nico G a hand. We got pace on this team. Vardio's pretty quick. O'Reilly's pretty quick. Nunez has got decent legs on him. Diaz is definitely the slowest in the back line. So we can deal with counters to some levels here. Like a lot of good stuff. I believe this is what you suggested, Talsif, if I'm not wrong. So, hey, end of the day, you got what you wanted. Really hope things improve, mate. Yeah, big ups to everyone who has supported. By the way, whether you did comment on that post, whether you brought it up today, and whether you're thinking it too, okay? I'm not going to say I want everyone to bring it up and give me their wishes and whatnot. Yeah, I'm not going to say that. But big ups to you even for, I hope that guy's okay. But the situation's not great. Hasn't been for a while. More things happen by the day, if I'm honest with you, Blues. But we're dealing with it. I'm dealing with it. Now then, Blues, I'm going to be straight up and honest with you as well about tomorrow. At the moment, watching Champions League games for me is a bit difficult because I haven't really got access to TNT Sport. I'm going to double check about it tonight, see if I'm able to watch any of the games on tonight, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. So unless I find a website or another location where that can be watched, I probably won't be able to watch tomorrow night's stream, to my regret, tomorrow. So ultimately, the very minimum you'll get from me is a match reaction, hopefully. I might even do a bit of game build-up. I don't know. I want to do something. But Champions League games are hopefully going to return because I love Champions League. I absolutely do. Don't really like the league phase. I think it's so much more empty than the group stage, but it's fine. I absolutely love the Champions League nonetheless, and I want to do more where that's concerned. But anyway, Blues, I really do appreciate the support, as per usual. Appreciate everyone that's been tuning in over the recent times. New setup coming soon with Man City stuff related in the background. As you can see, you can't even see it. I'm not wearing a Man City top today. So Man City related stuff all coming back your way soon. October is a fresh start, trust me, Blues. It's going to be completely fresh. The channel should, all being well, be completely back and ready to fire on all cylinders for you guys. Big ups to you all, Blues. I appreciate the support as per usual. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Turn the notification bell so you don't miss any stream that happens tomorrow. And I'll see you tomorrow.